Okay, so I have this beautiful Jenny in the office, and you guys were telling me that you want to know what we do with these new FairyFly cakes. So this one is called Rosebud, so I'm going to do a design using these on my beautiful Jenny right here. Okay, so the great thing about these is that there's a larger area for larger areas to cover bigger areas of the face, and then your classic arty cake. So I'm going to show you how to do a design using these. The first thing I'm going to do is just spritz the larger area, and I didn't spray it in her face. I've done that before, and I don't want to do that. So then I'm just going to take my sponge, and I'm going to just rub it across the surface just like this. Corner of her eye, and then I press, and then I'm just going to come down so that I'm filling it up with the color so that I get that nice blend first and foremost. Then what you do on one side, you're going to do on the other side. So I'm just kind of blotting this in just like this, and then I flip it over because I am going to just fill it in right in the middle on the bridge of her nose, right inside of there, with just a soft amount of color. Okay, right inside of there. So I'm just going to be picking up a little bit of the gold and a little bit of the princess shimmer, and then I'm going to make sure that it's pretty dry, and then I'm going to use that as a cheek color. So I just kind of tested it out on my wrist to make sure that it's nice and it's goldenish pink, and it is. So I'm just going to just dust that right underneath her eyes, right inside of there, just to give her cheeks a little bit of color and to bring in all that gold, because the gold looks really nice when you put it on the face. Now, so I'm just picking up a little bit of just the gold on the tip of my sponge right inside of there, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to use one of my Badass stencils, or my BAM stencils, and this one that has all of the hearts on it. And I'm going to go right over the red parts, okay? So I just kind of stipple it right on top of it so she can turn, and I'll show you guys how beautiful that texturized it. So you see how cool that is? So then it kind of like simplifies and dulls down how intense the red can be. So what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other side. And then, so now I have that beautiful kind of color coverage. And then right in the middle, I'm just going to, using that same sponge, add a little bit more texture right in the middle, even though you can't see it, but it's a nice subtle background. Using a number 12 brush, I'm going to start off this design, and you have a couple of different options. I'm actually going to pick up the red and the princess shimmer just like this on my number 12 brush to make the centerpiece to this design. So I start off here right inside it, right in the middle, loop, press, and then I'm going to make another loop, press, and go around the curve so that I can get that pretty heart right inside of there. And then the cool thing about this particular FairyFly kit is that it has everything that you need to make your roses. And I love the roses, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. So now I'm picking up the red and the white and the pink so that I can make a few rosebuds. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just right on this side, I'm going to make my loop. I make a U on top of it for a rosebud here. Then I'll turn her right here. A loop, rosebud right inside of there. So now that I have two, and then I'll make them down here to balance off this design, and then I'll make it right here to balance off this design. And then the cool thing is you can just go and I apologize, then you can just go and create some leaves using this side of your FairyFly kit. So I'm picking up the greens again. I'm just going to create a few little leaves on the sides of my hearts right inside of here, and on the sides of my roses, and I'll repeat that right over here, making sure that the dark green is on the top, and then I'm going to add a few little leaves and flickers right inside of there, and I'm going to add it there around the bases of her roses right inside of here. And once you get pretty comfortable with your strokes of your arty cakes or your FairyFly kits, this comes really easy. This should really take you no longer than 2 minutes. So all I'm doing is just picking up that white right inside of there, making sure that I have it loaded so I don't have to go back too many times. And then I'm going to just go in and I'm going to start off by making dots going around the perimeter of my heart right inside of there, dark dots of different sizes. So I go small press, small press, small press, just until I get a nice outlining of those. And then again, this step is optional. I'm just adding a little bit of a white outline to it. I'm going to come off of it with a curl right inside of there. And then my goal is to connect from here to here, because I have this unfinished edge right here, okay? So you see this curl ends right there, and then you have this edge from my rainbow, or from my FairyFly kit. So I like to make sure that everything has a nice edge on it. So I come from there, and I'm going to connect on the tip of my brush right inside of there, connecting my rainbow, or connecting with my strokes. And I come outside of it and outline again. And I'm doing this. We did on one side, now I'm going to do on the other side, okay guys? So I came from the corner, I swirled up, I came from here to connect it, because I didn't want that to be without an edge. Very straight, came on top, outline it so that I have a double swirl right inside of there. Gently going on it, outlining it, bringing some teardrops into it, and then I finish off with a few dots. Okay, same thing there. Just kind of giving this an outline, and I'm bringing some teardrops into this design right inside of there. Okay, so I connected this so I have no unfinished edges. That's my goal. I'm keeping this simple by just adding, by just showing you guys a very simple design that you can do using both your FairyFly Rosebud kit, or if you have these colors in your kit, you can do it. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this Valentine tutorial for you using your new FairyFly kits. This was nothing more than just collaborating with some hearts and some roses. And thank you guys. Happy Valentine's Day.